Hello and welcome everybody to our, this will be our third now, webinar series from the Division of Politics and Economics here at Claremont Graduate University. My name is Jeremy McWells. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions for SSPE, School of Social Science Policy and Evaluation. And today we are here to talk about the Center of Inequality Policy Research, the Inequality Policy Research Center, pardon me. This center that we have here at CGU is doing some awesome things on campus and also off campus. And we want to make sure that we brought this information to you as prospective students or students who are currently being or who are admitted and looking to make a decision on where you want to go. We believe that this information is vital for you in order to make your decision and also just be better informed of the resources that we have here at CGU. And so to my left here, I have some guests, faculty members and staff, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves, and then I'm going to have some questions for them regarding the center itself. And for about 20, 30 minutes, just have a casual conversation of the resources that we have here for you all at CGU. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my left with Professor Rodriguez, and he'll go ahead and get us started.
Hi, everyone. My name is Javier Rodriguez. I'm a faculty member in the Department of Politics and Government. I do research at the intersection of politics and health. My training is quite multidisciplinary, actually. I started in engineering, but then I went into economics, politics, political psychology, and then I did training in social epidemiology. And I think that what I do is pretty much reflective of the type of research and academic research that we do here at CGU.
Thank you, Professor.
Hello, everyone. This is Dong Li. I am former CGU alumni, actually, and I am currently working as a research coordinator at the Inequality Policy Research Centers. And mostly what I'm doing is organizing events and then also facilitate and then support the faculty research.
Thank you, Don.
Hi, I'm Melissa Rogers. I'm Associate Professor in the Department of International Studies. And my work is at the intersection of politics and economics, focused in particular on political geography and the study of inequality and redistribution.
Thank you all for being here. And I want to go ahead and just get right into the center, the creation. I want to start from the beginning. How did this center come about? What was the need for this center? Was it inspired by anybody? And I'll leave this open to just about anyone to go ahead and answer, but I really want to start with the creation of the center specifically.
So I think the story started with Melissa and I having coffee and then a couple of lunch meetings with other faculty members. And we were talking about all of these different ideas and different perspectives and disciplines that come into fruition at CGU. And then the idea came up like, what if we just put like this vertex in which everyone can confluate and come and discuss and brainstorm about these ideas?
Yeah, and we had the idea that we both study inequality, and inequality is such an interdisciplinary field that it made a lot of sense to, rather than working in our silos, to coordinate, as faculty in different departments within political science, as well as coordinate with faculty from economics, from religion, from anthropology, from sociology, from public health, and from the business school to get together everyone interested in the area of inequality, which is both central to our work, but also politically relevant, to do so in a way that benefited the faculty, but more importantly, that contributed to student training and student exposure to the research and the possibilities around the study of inequality in the region and around the world.
Don, what about you from an alumni perspective, the creation of this and kind of your role within that?
The first times I came in, that the institutions were just about that was the inception of the institution. So basically, that they start working the places, the building out the furnitures and all the computer facilities, and then Melissa actually invited me that it's why don't you work with us, and then I accepted that invitation because the inequality research is all. My actually long-run desire to delve in terms of my research area, but also I see that this is a good working opportunities working with the faculty and graduate student research staffs. So this all came in one idea that it's really pleased me, and then I just become a part of it.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. In my conversations with students, there's a lot of questions on the consortium, CGU, and how it fits alongside the consortium. Can you just kind of go, and once again, I'll leave this open, or even we can start with Javier as we did last time, just the relationship of the center along with the consortium, right? The idea that can other students in the consortium, the other 6Cs, can they come and join and be a part of the research and the events that are taking place at the center? Javier, we'll go and start with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the answer to that question is yes, absolutely yes. As a matter of fact, the IPRC, which is the Inequality and Policy Research Center, it's a coalition. As a matter of fact, we have 22 associate faculties or faculties that are associated with us and working in research project with us. Excellent. The way that we initially get into this coalition was to invite in all of these faculty members throughout the Claremont colleges to come and give presentations, because we do have, as a matter of fact, a bi-weekly presentation and meetings agenda in which faculty from all the colleges, including ourselves and students, come and give presentations. So we use that as a platform, many others, because we have put together, and maybe we have some time to talk about that. We have also put together conferences at the national level, regional level, through the center. And what we have done is invite everyone to come and join us. And then the center has become this platform for these coalitions and co-authorships and collaborations throughout the colleges. Yes.
Yeah, I want to add that we have affiliated faculty for the center from every single one of the 5 undergraduate colleges. And it was in March of this year, we hosted the Politics of Race, Immigration, Ethnicity Consortium Conference, a major national conference. And we had presenters from both Pomona College and Pitzer College, undergrads actually, to give work, research talks at that conference. And it was an incredible experience for them. And it also, for the students at CGU, it gives an opportunity to have affiliation with faculty that are, that is really grounded in common research, right? So everyone that's affiliated with us is interested in areas of inequality, right? And it's an easy way for CGU students to connect with 5C faculty around our common research concern.
Excellent.
Also, from a day-to-day operation perspective, that IPRC actually open to students, whoever interested in inequality research and policy applications. So just for example, that it's a students group that come in and then they talk about their own research. There are a lot of the facility they can use it as a small group project, from small group project to a larger group project. They have their own workshop and then their own small group discussion. So the format is actually vary from small to large. So we wanted to keep the open door policy to everyone who's interested in the inequality policy research. And so also we want to grow as this place as an enclave, research enclave of the CGU.
That's excellent. And I think that's just very well in line with how CGU and the consortium and all the schools that are a part of it, I think that's right in line with what that culture is, right? Being inclusive, being, that you're not just a CGU student, but you're also a Claremont student. So it also makes sense for undergraduate students, like you were saying, Professor Rogers, to come in and be a part of that research and the events that are taking place in the center. Outside of CGU and the consortium, what has been the public's reaction to a lot of the work? I know you guys have been around for, almost under a year, but what's been the public's reaction to the work that you all are doing, the events that are taking place at the center?
I mean, I think that the research that we have already put forth has been very well received. So for example, our research has already appeared in many national, internationally well-known media outlets like the New York Times, the Washington Post, several times in less than a whole year. I think we have appeared like 5 times already in the Washington Post, the type of research that we're doing. So, every time that for example, every time I made a publication, I get emails from around the world because we're getting this type of visibility. And I think the IPRC is becoming like this icon at CGU, in which is attracting the eyes of everyone, not only in the academia, but also in the media and organizations. We're actually also starting to set forth, we're extending our arms and reaching out to nonprofit organizations in the area, in San Bernardino County and other counties here within the Greater Los Angeles area. And I think it's moving forward.
Very good, very good. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I think that's right. So we've done work Javier and I and others at CGU, including on Native American voting rights, which has been featured in the Washington Post. Javier's work has been featured in the Washington Post and other outlets, really around health inequality. And what I see in the major national conferences in political science is, people very interested in approaching me from other universities around the region and even around the country to give talks for us. And to essentially tap into our student pool, that are of really talented students very interested in studying this particular topic.
Also, we have noticed very noticeably increase our effort in outreaching to the other communities through other media outlets such as Twitter account. So that we're tweeting a lot of our events and then also retweeting. So we want to make it more have a recognition by other groups, and so that's a really great way to hybriding ourselves with the other communities.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we talked about the beginning and the creation of the center. I want to move on and kind of what you all were saying on the work that you all are doing. How does that work directly benefit a student at CG or a student at the consortium, right? What type of benefits can they get by being a part of this movement that we have here?
You want to start? Or?
Sure. Well, a few things. One thing that's very special about CGU, in my experience, is the close coordination between faculty and students, and that is, it's true across the university, but it's particularly true in a setting like this, where the students that work with us at the IPRC have very close access to working on research projects with us. I think that one of us is writing a paper with essentially all of the students that are working with the IPRC. So there's possibilities for publications. There's close access to students from between students and faculty in terms of research training. So in my opinion, the best way to become trained in things like data analysis and publishing is to work very closely with faculty, and this is one opportunity to do that. One added bonus, for example, that we're doing this summer is we're offering a course through the online program Data Camp, where all interested students from the IPRC are able to, for no cost, improve their data skills through the data camp process. We're learning the statistical program R. We're doing that in the first session. In the next section, we're doing the data program Git, as well as probably Intro to Python. And so it's above and beyond what you learn in the classroom. We're really providing an opportunity to do hands-on research training for our students.
Excellent. Anybody else want to add to that?
Yeah, student researchers' perspectives they vary from one topic to another. So sometimes the students, they're really difficult to find who is my colleagues who also have same interest in the research stuff that I do. So, but I think that it's our institutions serve greatly there to beat that purpose by providing the community site that the people can talk about their research and then find the people who are in alliance with their own research topic interests. So students can learn from each other, also from they're building a relationship with the faculty. That's a great way to do it. So I guess that it's people come into the lab and then they talk about their research. They find that it's a people, oh, you are interested in this topic. I am too. So let's collaborate our work. Right. So that's also good opportunities.
Excellent.
CGU is a research university.
That's right.
And as the word university says, you should be exposed to the universe of ideas. And IPRC is this place in which we go all, and under the same umbrella, we meet and talk about the ideas. Yes. And I think that the best experience has been this contact, this human contact about doing research, thinking about science, producing something that is useful and applicable. The policy component of inequality and policy research, the policy component, it means that we're trying to do research that matters, trying to focus also not only in the problems, but in the solutions of these problems. And it is a different layer of the academic research experience, trying to bring the research they're doing from the laboratory, from the computer, from the statistical analysis that you're doing to the people out there in the street. So the students have this experience, this firsthand experience. And not only that, Melissa was also commenting on this data camp. We also have a text analysis camp just a couple of weeks ago. We invited a professor from University of California, Riverside, experts in text analysis. Then we're going to be having, after the data camp, we're going to have another meeting on causal inference by a professor in economics here at CGU, and so forth. So this training, research, hands-on, real-world grounded problems and solutions are the topic of every day at the RPRC.
And I think it's rare that you have a center that's active as you all are in the summer, right? Where a lot of people are taking time off, and faculty members are getting that rest, that much needed rest. You guys are active, and it's great to see that students are coming out and being a part of these events. So I think that's just awesome to see. Dr. Rogers, you had mentioned that the camps, they're free of cost, right? Which brings about the conversation of what financial benefit can also come with being a part of the center. Can you guys talk about the opportunities to potentially work in the center and have a paid position within the center?
Sure.
So we have hired so far, so there are 2 co-directors. There is our friend and colleague, John Wook, who is the research coordinator. We also have a manager lab, like a lab manager, who is Havana. We have at least 5 other research assistants working with us.
That's great.
Actually, one of them is in Japan, for example. So,
and also grant writers.
And yes, and we have a research grant writers and editors, 2 of them. So we are already a family of 10.
Wow!
So this is growing pretty fast, and the great majority of them actually are still working with us during summer, and other students that are working in different projects during summer is the time to push forward and faster this research to get it published, and some of them get paid positions, part-time paid positions during summer as well.
Excellent. Yeah, no matter what master's program or doctoral program that you want to be a part of, cost and being able to work while in the program is certainly an option for a lot of our students, and something that a lot of our students are asking for. So it's amazing that we have these positions that people can work, get that experience, and also get a little bit of change in their pocket, right? So that's awesome.
And we're filling in these positions with new students, even master students.
That's important
that are new to the university. They come to our classes, they come to our presentation and say, like, something, I like that idea. Can I work with you? And then the relationships start up, and we're filling in these positions with even new students.
That's right, because a lot of those opportunities sometimes come down the line, second year, third year, what have you. But the fact that, right as you get into the program, you may have an opportunity. Like I said, that's awesome. Going over to the conversation, back to the conversation of publishing, as a student getting the opportunity to publish with, a globally known faculty member, can you recall a time where you were working with a student and it really worked out well for the student to publish with either you all or maybe even a faculty member who's associated with the center in our division? Can you recall an example of that?
Oh my gosh! I mean, Melissa. I mean,
Yeah.
they two.
This guy.
They two have already published papers together. Let me talk very quickly about, for example, Jean Schradel.
Yes.
I remember we're talking like a week ago, and she was telling me she has published 46 papers with different students.
That's so rare.
46.
That's insane.
Yeah.
This is very true of CGU in general, that I can't think of a faculty member at CGU that doesn't regularly publish with students. It's not just that students benefit from publishing with us, it's that we benefit from publishing with students. It really expands our opportunity, our essentially our work, that we only have 2 hands, right? But we add students, and we can do much more than we could do alone. It brings new skill sets, it brings new perspectives. So all of us publish with students, including publish with this guy a few different times, and have active research projects with at least 3 or 4 other students that are at the IPRC at the moment, and a few others that have graduated and moved on to tenure track jobs, like this person, like Dong Wook, who will start as a tenure track faculty at Adelphi University in the fall. And so we're a research university, as Dr. Rodriguez said, and so our primary output is research, right? And so we fold in students, and we encourage students, and sometimes students ask us. So I want to do this project. Will you do this project with me? And we're very happy to do that. It flows both ways for us.
I'm thinking about currently working, I was starting to count them, about 9 different projects to the IPRC. And I currently have 4 papers under review with students at the IPRC.
Wow. Tom, did you want to add to that?
Well, from my perspective, I started as a CGU graduate student, and Lisa, when she came as studying as assistant professor, and then we didn't have this institution by then.
Right.
But then it's I wish we had this institution way before. Then it's my starting of the work, but yeah. So this is a good relationship. I built up my relationship with the faculty and all the staff in IPRC. That is, I learned from them greatly because we all engage in a different project, and then I learned from them. And I actually, one of the great benefit I never mentioned before, but peer review. Like it's not, they're not intimidating me, but they're also very important resources that I can get my feedback.
Excellent.
Something that goes behind the scenes, which is the type of work that Don't does for us, is, for example, there's a lot of, let's say, like statistical software support. So we have computers in our lab that are at the disposition of students. Just come and run analysis, for example. We have a computer that is specialized for coded data that nobody can use that data. For example, you need to set up all of these computing facilities. We have a data repositories, data banks management. All of these things that go behind the scenes are the type of resources that, I mean, we say like, oh, we're doing research, but there's a lot behind just doing research. You need the training, you need the computational capabilities, you need statistical tools, you need coordinators, like what the type of that he's doing. Is not only that, and what about the promotion and dissemination of results and reaching out to the media? It's something constantly, it's something that is constantly happen at the IPRC.
You just took my my next question, but I was just going to ask, data, this is a research institution. You mentioned that earlier, and data analytical skill sets are very important, I would imagine, working within the center as well. But you just spoke to that, of the fact that you are giving that training, that hands-on training with data, right, which is so important for the future, even after graduation of the students. So thank you for tackling that. You mentioned also, Dr. Rodriguez, the lecturers that you've had here, that are part of the center who've come to speak as guests. Can you think of some other folks who have been able to come to campus and speak some memorable lecture series that you guys have been able to host?
Oh, many. So just think about, for example, the conference that just happened. Many people from Boston University, I mean, many places they came, and faculty members come here. Just happened with the text analysis mentorship series that we have. Lauren Collin, who just came from UCR. We're setting together, for example, during the fall, we're going to be having a politics and health consortium or symposium. Wow. And we're trying to bring in between like 3 and 5 world-class researchers in the intersection of politics and health, and so on. And it is, so not only the world-class faculty members that we have here at CGU are constantly presenting or giving presentations through the center, but we're bringing in all of these different world-class researchers from all over the place and doing different types of research. Yeah. It is not always, we also have I remember like a month ago, a historian from University of Michigan talking about humanitarianism. And so it's, there's a plethora of research agendas, people coming in. It's really a network what is happening here.
And in September, we're hosting the Southern California Comparative Political Institutions Conference, and that is it's a national conference, but it's a regional national conference, and we get faculty from the top line faculty from UCLA, USC, UC Santa Barbara, UC San Diego, UC Riverside, and others, and they will all come to Claremont for a full day workshop to present new research. And a highlight of that conference too is that we do a 1-to-1 faculty and graduate student presentation. So for every faculty presentation, we have a graduate student also give a presentation. So it's an opportunity for people in that grad students in particular in that field to get feedback from a very attentive, discipline-specific audience, and among the best faculty in the world in that area. And we have just an enormous lineup in the fall of new speakers coming in. So we have Nick Weller, he's a professor at UC Riverside, coming in. We have Stan Aklobgia. It's a difficult name. He is a recent PhD from UC San Diego and is going to be the policy lab director at Claremont McKenna College. We have people coming. We have faculty coming from UCSD, UC Irvine, all to give research and especially data-specific research talks under the guise of our center.
And something that just came out this morning, there's a very high probability that there's a new member to the center, and is Antonio Pedro Ramos. He's a graduate from UCLA. He's going to be a research assistant professor joining the IPRC. He came about 4 months ago and gave a talk, and the result of that presentation is now that he's coming in. He's going to be joining us.
Wow.
Just want to highlight that it's IPRC also have a regular schedule for biweekly meeting. So all of these things is either they can take a place in form of the invited talk, but we have a regular schedule for the every 2 other week that it's a combination of the invited talk with also student presentation. So we want that mixed structure of the research lab meeting, because students also have opportunity to present their own best work.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, these future events are really, really exciting, and the fact that you all have the access across the consortium, and just to clear this up, do prospective students who are looking at CGU, do they have the ability to come out to one of these events if they wanted to check out the work that you all are doing at the center? Do they have the ability to do that?
Oh, absolutely. And we are a truly transdisciplinary or interdisciplinary center. And so we intend, we both come from different fields of political science and public health, but we have students from economics, students from public health, students from the business school. And we truly intend that anyone in any discipline that is interested in inequality, very broadly conceived, is welcome at these events, is welcome to usually enjoy lunch at these events, and can become a research affiliate should they find that of interest in them.
But by the end of last year, I remember we even have a whole symposium, a presentation from students from education, cultural studies, and basically the area studies. And there was a combination of mixed methods, quantitative methods, and also qualitative methods. So we're open to really all disciplines, and we are always giving these opportunities for presentations, conference-style presentations.
Excellent, excellent. As we're wrapping this up, I have a couple more questions. So let's imagine that I am a student that has already been admitted in the program, and I'm coming to you all and saying, what can this center do for me after graduation? If we had to just, do a bit of an elevator pitch here, if each one of you can kind of give me your pitch on what this center can do for me as a student in the program after graduation and how it can set me up for my future.
I think, first of all, when you go to graduate school, self-teaching skills are the primary of skills that you go and attain at a university, because the main goal as a professor, I think, is you teach the student skill that will go on beyond the college experience, and self-teaching skills is something that they will continue to apply for the rest of their lives. But how do they acquire these self-teaching skills? It needs to be hands-on. You learn by doing. And the IPRC is exactly that platform in which everything is happening, and you go as a student and do the research yourself. You do the presentations yourself. You contribute and relate to others yourself. So you go and become part of this group, this team, in reality, and so the network will survive the college experience. Now, not only that, when we're doing research and we're publishing this research, that's something that goes into your CV. But the IPRC, it doesn't only offers the opportunity to do carry out publications in scholarly journals. We also have a working paper series. We have policy brief and policy reports that students with us or themselves polish and get them published through our website. That's excellent. So, for example, if the people who are hearing us right now go and click on the IPRC at our website, they will start to see like, oh, there are policy briefs, there are reports. These are published by students. These are non-peer review publications that will go into their CVs. And why are these publications important? Because nonprofits organizations, for example, NGOs, government institutions, they are not only looking at scholarly publications.
Mm-hmm.
They want to know, okay, do you know how to write a report? Do you know how to interpret and summarize a brief?
Mm-hmm.
So these are hands-on experiences that are going to be part of your certifications in your CV.
Yeah.
And that actually survives and go on after your college experience.
Excellent. And for the folks who are listening, do you have that website for them so they can access all of this? Is there a website?
Yeah.
What is that website?
So do you remember the URL of our website?
It's in.
If you go to the Institute for Democratic Renewal,
Mm-hmm.
you will see there that there is the Inequality and Policy Research Center. Just go click and just follow the flow.
The flow.
Just simply Google up Inequality and Policy Research Center. So
Excellent.
the very top Google site, you'll see the link.
Perfect.
To provide a summary of the offerings for students, one is publication, right? So publication either of scholarly journal articles, policy briefs, working papers, all of which advance your work, whether you're going to go into academics, whether you're going to go into the public sphere, where you're expected to write. Every job has a lot of writing, right? And so it provides you that experience in the public sector as well as the private sector. We're very focused on improving data skills, and every job, again, these days involves data analytics of some sort, working with data. And we try to allow our students to have even a leg up, but beyond what even you get in the traditional classroom, both through added training as well as hands-on experience in data analysis. And in my opinion, CGU, you have this hands-on, very close relationship with faculty. It's a small place, and it's an intimate place where you get to know the faculty very well. The leadership of the university well. All of the students. But with us bringing in a lot of different faculty, with us having different conferences, you can also expand your network, right? And so that you have the best of both worlds, where you have this really tailored experience within graduate school, but you also have these networks of different people that you'll meet that come onto campus to work with us, that will enable you to get jobs, to publish, to co-author, all the things that go forward in a career in public policy and political science and economics, right? All the different academic fields will have the opportunity to meet faculty like that.
Let me add into one thing.
Absolutely.
I think it's more realistic perspective from future employers.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize it until I see that it's my employers actually looking at my profiles, like social media profiles. They don't look at my pictures, but they look at my affiliations. This guy is really investing his times in this particular area of his research or study, and in terms of the building of this network with this affiliation. We can provide you with this link, not just like a name for sake, but we want you to be engaged and then make this brand is yours.
Mm.
Now, talking about the Claremont colleges.
Yes.
So the Claremont colleges are undergrad liberal colleges.
Mm-hmm.
And because we're offering these training sessions and these conferences, when they come to us, they are receiving graduate level training.
That's right.
And so, for example, when they go into the job market, for example, or they want to pursue a graduate education, it's very nice to have in your CV that you already had graduate level, master's or PhD level statistical training, for example, data visualization training, for example. These are the type of skills. I mean, it put you at the next level already,
yes.
and it gives you the edge advantage in a very competitive labor market.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that, you all. And that was a powerful conversation. And I appreciate each and every one of you for making time to be here with me today and being here for our students. So thank you, Dr. Rogers, Dawn, Dr. Rodriguez. We really appreciate you being here. And we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. So once again, my name was Jeremy McWells, and we're going to sign off from the Division of Politics and Economics here at CGU, and we'll see you next time.